someone is able to join me. I'm sorry, I'm excited, but just bear with me with my excitement. How are you?
Okay, you.
I am good. Oh my gosh, how beautiful is this? That means I'm gonna be like going crazy on this TikTok site. All right. How are you? Ndawe?
I'm okay.
Who am I talking
And
to?
I just wanted to say thank you so much. Your videos, your lives, your
Ah,
YouTube channel has grown me as a person,
oh, thank you.
and you explain things differently. And I just want to say thank you and your ancestors, and
Oh,
thank you. Like you're showing us that hard work pays. You're now on a Sanusi level, so you're an inspiration.
Ndawe, you're making me flash as a black African woman. If flashing can happen, it is happening now. And Ndawe, thank you so much. That is beautiful. Beautiful. I love hearing that.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you so much. I just wanted to say, you're a star. You're a
Oh,
star.
tell me about you. How about you? Where are you spiritually in your level?
Currently still struggling. Um, I'm a self-initiate, so
Okay.
things are moving slowly. The dreams are coming and all that, and sometimes, as self-initiate, it becomes difficult when it comes to dream interpretations and all that. But I'm
Uh-huh.
learning my ancestors' language and all that, and um, it's been 2 years now, but I think I'm slowly getting there.
Okay, 2 years, a lot can happen within 2 years. So have they been telling you where you are? As in, how are your people calling you in those dream states? What name are they
Um,
calling?
in the dream state, they okay. I started with having different ancestors coming, also spirits and guides coming. You know how confusing it is in the beginning. But now, what I am liking is I did find someone who could help me, mentor me with choosing. They call it ukuhlunga idlozi, meaning you choose in the good and the bad. So that then when you, and I was sent by my ancestors, so they want me to fall under the ancestors that work under the light, not to work with the ones that fall under the darkness. Even though they showed me that in the future I'll be able to use the yin and yang, I'll be able to use both of them. But they currently want me to work with the ones that fall under the light.
Okay.
So the mistake that I did is one ancestor crept in that was really, really bad and gave me beats that fall under the darkness and I didn't know. So I'm currently resolving that issue so that then I don't mix. So there's one that is fighting to take over, but that ancestor is very bad, 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 bad.
Okay, that's interesting. So who
Yeah,
is
so that
lead who?
when that ancestor came in, everything havoc. I I I I had misfortunes. I had even Amanon Wam also were coming into dreams to say, this ancestor that you accepted, we are not comfortable with. And
Oh,
other ancestors came and I understood the dreams later on, like after 8 months. Then I understood the language to say that these beats that you accepted were wrong. We can't work with this person because of this person doesn't work with you, and it's
okay.
leading you into darkness and it's not leading you to grow you. So I
Okay.
needed to fix that part of
Okay.
letting that ancestor go and start afresh so that then I can work with the ones that I had initially. Because then I lost even the good ones that I initially started with.
Okay. All right.
Mm.
All right. So at the moment, what you're saying is that you're in the process of getting rid of one of your ancestors.
Yeah, I'm recleansing. I
Okay.
needed to cleanse myself and reclaim where I am and what I needed to do.
Okay.
Meaning in terms of I don't know if the ancestor tricked me into You know, when you're a self-initiate, it took me initially to say that they'll work under the good. You see when you pastor, you say, I'm asking for ancestor spirits and guides that work under the light and everything. But his dreams were coming, cloning himself into the good dreams. So I couldn't tell. But now when I've already accepted the beads, I was already in big trouble and already, accepted an ancestor that now was removing everybody that is good and wanted to work with me in a bad way.
All right. Okay.
Now I had to go. They had to now fight over again and then led me to the right person to help me to cleanse. And now the ones that I initially worked with are now coming back. So it's like I'm restarting everything.
Okay. So you are not actually trying to get rid of one, they already dealt with it.
They've already dealt with that ancestor. They've
Okay.
already showed me that they're conquering by doing that ritual of ukuhlunga kwedlozi. It's just that the person is Zulu, so I'm doing the things in Zulu. So I still have to learn to translate them into Sotho. So I then went 80 gobongo lokuhlunga idlozi, and then that ancestor became weak. They then detached from me, and then now I am renewed. I'm working with ancestors that were originally working with me.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah,
so how would
I
you
never
how would
thought
you
I
avoid
could do that. I thought
now?
every beat that you get, everything that you get, you take it, you go cleanse it, and then you announce it, you pass for it, and then you start wearing. Apparently, I took a wrong ancestor.
Well, they always tell you in the beginning that that you choose the people who come to you. Not everyone that come to us we have to accept. But if they've been training you as a self-initiate, that means there would have been um, people who are able to manage that bit spiritually, right? So when someone comes in, even though they will have known that there is that go-go that you're talking about, the person that you're talking about with the beats with the gift that you don't need, not the beats, the gift that you don't need. So they would have given you the opportunity to whether you're accepting this or you don't want to accept this, right?
Oh, yeah.
So that's what they would have said in the beginning. Maybe you didn't look at it properly. But now when it happens, let's say it happens again, because the gifts, they will keep on coming. When it happens again, have they showed you how you see that you'll be able to separate which this is the right path or this is the wrong path?
They are now training me to be aware of dreams that come in bad energy and good energy.
Okay.
So then I couldn't understand the language of I think also, this was also, you know what? While I'm talking to you, I just had an epiphany to say that this was also a lesson for me to also learn the energies that ancestors come with. Because now I can tell when that ancestor wants to come in.
Oh, okay,
that's good.
That's
good. When they even clone themselves into something white or a color white, and then I'll spot something dark, or I'll spot the red eyes, I'll spot something, and I'm like, oh, this I can't listen to. So I think also they wanted that to happen in order for me that in the future I can pinpoint a bad ancestor when it comes in.
The same way as you should be able to tell when you're dealing physically, when you're being warned in the dream state, you can tell that this person is right, this person is wrong. So maybe it was part of your training. But make sure that when you're talking to your people, if you haven't yet done, you let them, you let them know that you don't want to deal with these kind of things where you have fear that spiritually there could be spirits or ancestors coming to you with bad energies, right? So that you don't live in fear of getting negative things, because as people we don't want that. especially when we're dealing with
Yes.
spiritual matters. So they need the part of the lessons of the lesson has happened, right? But now they need to teach you properly as a healer, so that you don't have the fear in your spiritual path. Because when you go
Yeah.
high up there spiritually, you don't want to be going high up there with suspicion that there might be negative things coming in your, you know, negative energies just coming through into your spiritual ascensions and stuff. You don't want that.
Yes. Because then that's when I used to go back and I realized that 6 months when I was experiencing that, I had a lot of distrust, I had a lot of fear that, and then I realized that then I don't trust even when they had to send me to that mentor to do igobongo for me, to clear that, or to remove, to detach me from that bad ancestor. It took me, a lot of dreams for me to believe that they are sending me to the right person.
Yes, it is something that we don't normally talk about a lot. In our families, the ancestors who have gone past, right? There are some of that's why we see a lot of people who come to us, they need to do fembing. Some ancestors might have gone through a lot, might have done a lot of things, right? Even though they can come through to you through the fembing path, right? Meaning that they're clearing, where everyone is go through deep spiritual cleansing before they come and talk to you. So some of them might be still held back by the things that they've done, even though they would have gone through the cleansing, the spiritual cleansing, deep spiritual cleansing or clearing, right? So you might find that you have ancestors who are not behaving as they're supposed to be behaving spiritually. But as part of the family, even physically, you know that you've got some family members, they've got mental problems, right? That listen to them giving you advice, you have to be selective, right? But it is something that you need to be taught to recognize it spiritually as you're dealing with ancestor to ancestor. So you can tell that, okay, my ancestor, this one, yeah, I would have helped her or him heal, but this one is still lacking in this department. That's why they're still holding back, right? They're still doing things that when we're looking at them spiritually, we'll think this is not right, right? Oh, my battery's getting flat. All right, let me just try and charge this. But that is something that they need to teach you as a self-initiate, because we don't want people, healers who are willing and ready to talk to ancestors, living in suspicion of their own people. That's what we don't need spiritually. Yeah. When we're talking about ancestors, we should be thinking positively about our people. And then when we're talking about the ones who are not performing very well spiritually, we should be thinking about how can we help them. Because remember that as a healer, not only are you healing them spiritually so that they can move on and move to, spiritually somewhere else, so that as well they can be exposed to beautiful things. Physically, you're not left with that kind of, oh gosh, this is not charging. All right, how am I going to do this? Okay, there it is. Yeah, so that is beautiful. So when I was asking you where you are spiritually, is that your people will be calling you a name in the dream state. So when they're talking to you there, they will be calling you by your name, or they will be calling you by the level that you are in. That's what I meant. So when they're talking to you, are they calling your name?
They've given me a name, but
okay.
I haven't.
Okay,
I'm not ready to use it.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. That's what I wanted to know. So to know how far you are spiritually. So that's fine. All right, that's beautiful. Great to talk to you.
Because feel like they've given you a name, but I don't trust myself yet to become that healer. Yes, I do.
To
have
embody
been there
it,
with
to
people
embody the name
out.
and the role.
Khotoma Musamo and all those things. I
Okay,
know how to do that,
all right.
but then I still don't trust myself
Okay,
that much.
you'll get
So
there.
I still have to grow spiritually.
You'll get there.
Yeah, and believe in myself.
You'll get there. You'll get there. We started
Yeah, I
we
will.
started
I
like
will.
that at the beginning. Some
Thank
of
you
us.
so much.
You're welcome. Ndauwe.